Ooh, look at all those names. We're going to wait just a moment for folks to file in, but hello and welcome, everybody. Get comfortable. Go ahead and take a seat. You're probably already sitting. All right, looks like some folks are coming in. I'm sure we'll get a few more coming in soon. So let's just start this thing out. Why not? Well, hello, welcome to another wonderful virtual cruise night, part of our Celebration of Travel series. My name is Brittany St. Julian. I am the group travel coordinator here at Travel Perks. So come talk to me if you and 20 or more of your best friends want to plan an exciting group getaway. I'm happy to help. We also have Becca Purwitz here, Travel Perks' fantastic marketing manager and Jill of all trades. She's going to be in the chat answering questions where she can, as well as helping to moderate the Q&A after each speaker's presentation. She worked largely in the background to arrange this cruise night, so thank you for all you do, Becca. We've got some fantastic presentations coming up from three of my favorite ladies, all three of them with us tonight from the Royal Caribbean International Group. Before that, though, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about our agency, Travel Perks. So the question, who thought travel agents with excellent service and low prices was like finding a unicorn? Maybe. Well, here at Travel Perks, we are that unicorn. That's right. We're not make-believe. We're right here. Well, when I say right here, I mean Eugene, Oregon. We're a full-service travel agency based in Eugene, home of the Ducks. And those attending here virtually, which is all of you, may have heard of our Celebration of Travel event that we have locally at the Valley River Inn, but we also have a full team of agents who serve clients across the whole continent to get the best rates on trips all around the world. So to those virtual attendees, which is all of you, you don't have to be our neighbors to get the best deals, but if you're local or ever in town for a college sporting event or something, then don't hesitate to swing by and say hi. And it doesn't hurt that we're right next to a 24-hour donut shop. Here's that team I was talking about. I adore my coworkers. They're all bright, knowledgeable folks who all make Travel Perks amazing. Our company owners are agents who work directly with clients as well, and the customer care consultants work behind the scenes to support the personal travel planners as they make your travel dreams come true. Over there in the groups department, that's me, Brittany, that's Damien, my customer care consultant. He's amazing. So, and also there's Becca right there, the marketing team on the right. As mentioned, we're full service as a travel agency. That means we can assist in arranging cruises, resort stays, custom trips, whatever you're envisioning. Just let us know. We'll help get you there. As you already know, that includes my specialty, group trips, just like that lovely family reunion group pictured there in their matching shirts on a private excursion that I arranged for them. You might be wondering why you should even work with a travel agent. I've got 4 great reasons. The first is you'll work with unbiased experts. Our agents are experienced in finding the best trip for you at the best deals. And if you're unsure what the best trip for you might be, they'd love to help you figure it out. And then where you can go after that, and then after that. Service and advocacy. While we adore our cruise line rock stars, who you're going to hear from in just a moment, we work with them, but we work for you. So if you book a trip on your own and have any questions or needs pertaining to a booking, then you've got to track down a phone number or a chat bot on a company site and hope that you'll eventually be next in line to get that help that you need. And while that's fine, it might be even better for you to just leave all that to us. The third reason is exclusive discounts and bonuses. Well, come on, Brittany, can I get the best rates online if I book myself? Well, to put it plainly, no. Not only will we have those same rates available, but we'll also have exclusive deals arranged by the agency and our company's headquarters, as we're part of one of the largest travel agency networks in the company, or in the country, excuse me. And last of all, most importantly, all of this is done at no additional cost to you. You don't pay us to be your agents. The cruise lines pay us to be your agents. They know that if you had a great, easy time booking your trip, you're just going to want to do it again and again. With that, our presentations are coming up from our cruise experts joining us tonight. Don't forget, at the end of the event, we're going to draw a raffle prize winner, or 2 or 3 or 4. The main prize winner will receive $250 in credit to apply towards a vacation of their choosing booked through Travel Perks. So stay tuned and stick around to find out if that winner is you. Please note there will be time for questions to be answered, so feel free to drop questions in the chat as we go along or in the Q&A function, and each presenter will answer questions after the presentations. And if Becca can answer anything in the chat beforehand, she will. And now our first presenter, going to stop sharing my screen, coming to us from Royal Caribbean. It is travel titan and dog mom, Janice Martinez. Give it up. I think if you've got the react buttons nearby, then give a nice clap react for Janice. I'm going to go ahead and do that.
All right. Thank you, Brittany. Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Bear with me here as I share my screen. There we go. All right. Hopefully you guys can all see this. If not, do let us know. Hopefully my voice and my volume is also good. So again, thank you again for joining us this evening. My name is Janice Martinez. I'm the Strategic Account Manager for Royal Caribbean. I'm based here in Oregon, and as Brittany mentioned, I'm a proud dog mom of two. These are my Royal Caribbean babies, Rufio and Theo. They're my pandemic pups, but I've been with Royal Caribbean for going on 8 years now. One of my favorite ships in our entire fleet of 30 ships is Quantum of the Sea. She's absolutely stunning. I'm going to touch on that class in a little bit. And my favorite destination is Italy. So just a little fun fact about me. So thank you to Travel Perks for inviting all of you. Thank you to them for having us. We're always excited to be partnering with Travel Perks. And at Royal Caribbean, we always encourage booking with a travel advisor just because they know so much. As Brittany mentioned, they have all the connections. They're here to save you time and money, and they're real people. They also know a value, right? Versus a great deal. So again, thank you to Travel Perks for having us. So Royal Caribbean, we are a multi-generation brand of cruises. We're all about inspiring that sense of adventure. We want you to live that best possible life. We want to continue for you to expand your horizons and connect to your life, to the people, to the destinations. We do that with all of the destinations that we go to, the services that we provide on board, as well as the incredible ships that we do have in our fleet. And with so much destinations out there, we have over 300 ports of call. There's so many remarkable destinations out there. Of course, being Royal Caribbean, most of our ships will be in the Caribbean. This will include Western Caribbean, Eastern and Southern Caribbean. Mexico is a favorite of ours. This will include the Baja Peninsula, as well as the Riviera Maya. Alaska is we're sailing through the Inside Passage. This will include Endicott Arm, Dawes Glacier, Juneau, Sitka, and then Australia and New Zealand, as well as the South Pacific. Asia is one of my favorite destinations. So this will include Japan, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, and of course, Europe. Who doesn't love Europe, right? This includes Mediterranean that we go to, Greece, British Isles, Scandinavia, including Iceland, as well as Greenland. So many destinations to go to. And then starting this year, we launched exclusive destinations by Royal Caribbean. So this is exclusive to the Royal Caribbean group. These destinations are essentially an extension of our shipboard life. So you have the chill, you have the thrill, you have the energy, and you have all of the quality that you can expect on all Royal Caribbean ships. So now that you kind of know where we go, let me talk about the innovations that you can find on our ships, because that really is what separates us from all the other brands out there. So what you'll find on every single one of our ships, you're going to see a rock climbing wall, you're going to see a pool, sports court, comedy club, casino, Broadway style theater. So that's pretty standard on every single one of our ships. We have many different classes. There are 7 different ship classes, from small ships to medium size to really the large and then the mega ships. We currently hold the title of largest cruise ship in the entire world that's sailing and active right now. So for the purpose of this, I'm going to talk about the last 3 classes with Oasis, Quantum, and Icon. So starting off with our Oasis class, there are 6 different ships involved with this. This is our original game changer that we launched back in 1999. It is absolutely stunning. And when I say game changer, you don't necessarily find this in all the other brands out there. This is what an Oasis class ship looks like. So our Oasis class has 7 different neighborhoods. This is what she's known for. You've got Boardwalk, the Promenade, Sweet Neighborhood, Central Park, the Youth Zone, and then the Entertainment Place. Our Oasis class ships goes to the Caribbean as well as Europe sailings, and then we also have some 3 and 4 night sailings. So if you're a little bit hesitant or not sure if you're gonna like that big ship feel, you have the opportunity to do a 3 and 4 night sailing just to kind of test it out and see how you like it. Pivoting over to a smaller class, slightly smaller with our quantum class. For me, this is my favorite. I just love her size. She's the perfect blend of the big ship and the small ship all in one, and all the technology involved. So currently we have 5 on this ship class. This is what you can expect on a quantum class ship. Sign me up for that iFly right there. So absolutely beautiful. So I mentioned earlier, she kind of has all the technology that you can expect. That North Star is one of my favorite things to do on board because it takes you about 300 feet above sea level, and then it goes left and right and over the side of the ship. It's absolutely fantastic. Bumper car is another thing that you can also do on this class of ship. We've got iFly, we've got Flow Rider. I mean, can you imagine being on iFly or even Flow Rider while you're sailing in Alaska? And then, of course, you've got incredible suites and then 270 lounge as well. So our quantum class ships are sailing to Mexico out of LA. We also have ships sailing to Alaska out of Seattle and out of Vancouver as well. That will include the Hubbard Glacier experience. And then our newest classes of ship is the Icon class. So we've got 3, we will have 3 by next month. So we've got Icon, Star, and Legend. So this is absolutely game changer for us. This is the ultimate family ship with incredible water slides, waterfall, 7 different pools on board. So pretty much one for every single day. This is the different neighborhoods on a quantum, or excuse me, on an Icon class ship. So you've got your Thrill Island that I talked about with your different slides right there. You've got Surfside, which is the family neighborhood. There's a pool, there's a carousel, there's candy stores. It's super fun in there. And then you've got Chill Island where you can find a lot of our pools. So I mentioned earlier, there's 7 different pools. 2 of those are adults only. And then the Hideaway is the adult only neighborhood. So this kind of brings in sort of a multi-level beach club scene and vibe. And then you've got Aquadome, which is a neighborhood. Is you're just gonna find unbelievable aqua theater in there, complete with high dive water shows. And then you've got your suite neighborhood. So this is exclusive to our suite guests. They have their own restaurants, their own bars, their own pool, their own lounge. So it's really that sort of ship within a ship concept. And then you've got the Royal Promenade, which is the heartbeat of the Icon class. So you'll see different bars, Starbucks. This is the main hub of the ship. So as soon as you walk in, you kind of are wowed. And then lastly, we've got Central Park. So there, it is a real park. There's about 33,000 different tropical plants and trees in the middle of our beautiful ship. So it is absolutely incredible. This is one of my favorite neighborhoods, Thrill Island. I mentioned earlier, you've got Water Park right there. You've got Crown's Edge, which is an aerial, sort of an adventure, 154 feet above the ocean. It's kind of like walking the plank, and then you do like a little mini bungee jump to go around the ship. So this is a live, or not a live, but I recorded a video of me when I decided to do it. As you can see, we were sailing in the middle of the ocean, and I did it. I was a little bit nervous because it was super windy, but hey, we survived and it was great. My husband and I both did this, and he was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I'm like, "Yes, we're doing this." So there's also mini golf, there's flow rider, there's sports court on here too. So tons of things to do. And then the Hideaway I mentioned earlier, this is the adult-only neighborhood. There's no charge for this, so you just have to be 18 and over to get there. So you've got your incredible pool right there, and then you've got, it's not shown on here, but you do have all of the loungers and stuff like that on the other side. There's a bar on the right side there, so it's a really fun place to be at. So our Icon class are sailing to the Caribbean right now. So Icon is sailing out of Miami, and then Star of the Seas sailing out of Port Canaveral, Orlando area, and is doing Eastern and Western Caribbean. And then this summer, Legend of the Seas will sail out of Europe, out of Barcelona, and she's going to do the med sailings. And then once she's finished on her Europe sailing, she'll go and do Western and Southern Caribbean sailings this fall. All right, so just to give you an idea, hopefully this video is maybe playing. So this is what Icon looks like. So this is on Star of the Seas. I think I'm gonna actually skip this because I think it's a little glitchy. So that's okay, we'll skip that one. All right, so one of my favorite destinations to go to is Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So this is our private island in the Bahamas. I mentioned earlier with our ultimate destinations, it's sort of an extension of the ship life. So you have your thrill and you have your chill. And that is true for Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So there is no charge to get here. We have our own dock, so it's easy to get in and out of, which is really nice. You've got your beach day, umbrellas, beach chairs. Those are all included. Towels, those are all included. There's 2 restaurants on the island, as well as 5 different snack shacks throughout. So again, you guys don't have to worry about that. However, if you are looking for a little bit more of an adventure, you're looking for shore excursion, we do offer the water park. We also offer the balloon, which is up and away, and then we also offer a zip line that gets you through about 450 feet across the island, which is really nice. There's also 2 different beach clubs at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. We have sort of an elevated Coco Beach Club, and then we have Hideaway Beach Club, which is adults only. So again, it gives you that adults only if you don't want to be around the kids as well. So this is what Perfect Day at Coco Cay looks like. Hopefully you guys can see this. I've been looking like a queen, people staring at me because I got that juice. Hate you like caffeine, yeah, I say what I mean, baby, get this boost. I'm what you need, ding, cause you like medicine, and I go down smooth. March to my own beat, not very discreet, baby, catch this groove. Big mood, attitude, and I'm positive, ain't gonna lose. It's a vibe, it's a mood, and I'm feeling good. How about you? All right, let's go to Perfect Day and have a perfect day. This is one of our favorite destinations. I think it's our #1 destinations in our entire portfolio. So absolutely amazing. So another option to go to when you're in the Bahamas is the Royal Beach Club. So many of us, when we tend to go to Nassau, sort of just stay on the ship and not go around. And I can tell you this, I went to the Royal Beach Club in December. It is incredible. Nassau has changed a lot as well. So when you kind of park the ship, there's that whole strip of island just before Atlantis, and that's where the Royal Beach Club is at. And again, this is exclusive to the Royal Caribbean Group. It is an all-inclusive experience, so you buy a day pass. This includes your water taxi transportation, your towels, your Wi-Fi, there's beach games, there's entertainment, your food, your beverage. The food is incredible on the island, and again, the Wi-Fi is also included. So you can do it 2 ways. You can do an alcohol package, or then one that's just sort of a refreshment package to kind of give you the options. There's also different cabanas throughout. There's a pool cabana, there's a party cove as well, there's day beds and things like that. But again, your towels, your beach chairs, your loungers, your umbrellas, those are all going to be included in the base fare. Okay, So now that you kind of know all about our brand, where we go, now let's talk about what you're going to do on board. So starting with the accommodations first. So there's a variety of accommodations that you can choose from your regular balcony cabins to neighborhood to interior cabins with a virtual balcony where it really has a live shot of the outside. This video that's playing on the bottom is an Infinite Family Ocean View balcony that you can find on an Icon class ship. So it accommodates, I think, six or eight guests, but as soon as you kind of walk in, there's two different wings. You have your sort of main bed and then the living area, and then that infinite balcony rolls down, sort of like in a river cruise, a riverboat. And then on the other side is you have the two bunk beds for the kids. But of course, we also have your traditional balcony cabins. And if you're looking for an elevated experience, we do have a variety of suites to pick from a junior suite to a loft suite, perfect for entertainment, and then an ultimate family suite, as well as an ultimate family townhouse that is 3 stories, complete with your very own backyard. It is incredible. With the different suite class, we do have a variety of inclusions that come with it too. So you're going to get your priority check-in and debarkation and all of that. You're also going to get all the way to an all-inclusive experience with your beverage package, internet, specialty restaurants, and things like that. So talk to the Travel Perks team. They can break all of this down for you and make sure that you're in the correct cabin space. All right, now talking about entertainment, sort of what Royal Caribbean is known for. So we are one of the few cruise lines that are still doing the Broadway show. So this is included in your cruise fare. So you can find Mamma Mia, Cats, which is a full Broadway experience. We've got Wizard of Oz, Back to the Future, complete with our own orchestra, live orchestra. It is so good. And then on Legend of the Seas, a new ship, we're going to have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory on. So you're really we're the only ones that you can find a show inland on the stage. We're gonna have ice shows. We're also gonna have an aqua show. So it is. I always recommend to people to see the not just the Broadway show, but our own production as well, because you're never gonna see it anywhere else, and you won't regret it. It is so good. And if there's other things that you want to do, we do have options for you. We've always going to have live music and dancing. We've got casinos, we've got theme parties, we've got 70s, 80s, 90s. And on my last cruise that I took, there was a 2000s party. I think it's called Millennium Mania. And I was like, we can't have a 2000s parties yet. It's not that long. And our cruise director told us that was 25 years ago. And I just about died. But that's that. So there are other options. So finally, because we are a multi-generation brand, we do have a variety of activities that your kids can do. So our youth programmings are fantastic. We've got arcade games, we've got pools and water slides, different activities. Our Adventure Ocean team is not just because I'm biased, but I do believe they're the best out there. They have to have a bachelor's degree in education. They have to pass an extensive background. Many of them speak different languages from Spanish, French, German, Italian. They also have to know first aid as well as CPR to work with our kids. Most of these are complimentary as well. So that way, if you guys want to have date nights and then leave the kids in the Adventure Ocean care, you can. Every single one of our sailing is also autism friendly. So we've got a priority check-in that we offer. We also have a toileting program as well as autism friendly movies. And lastly, we want to be able to provide that customization for your vacation. It's your vacation. It's whatever you want to do. We want to make sure that you have a great time and it's a memorable one. That's what the Travel Perks team is here for. They're here to customize your vacation so they can do your shore excursion. They can put beverage package. They can book you your specialty dining and the entertainment and walk you through all of that. So make sure that you're talking to them to really be able to customize your vacation. Additionally, if there's any special needs, if there's any disabilities, visual impairment, if you're traveling with a special needs dog, let us know so that way we can accommodate that for you as well. And finally, for our May offer, we are offering a 60% off our second guest. If you're traveling with kids, we're also offering kids sale free and then free third and fourth guests as well. So talk to the Travel Perks team because they have other perks that they can offer you in addition to all these promotions. And with that, I think that is it for me. Becca, Brittany, are there any questions that I can answer in the meantime?
I don't see any pertaining to Royal Caribbean. We did
Okay.
get a series of questions in the chat, but they're about celebrities, so we'll save them for
Okay.
Karen.
Perfect. So I'm going to stop sharing and I will turn it over back to Brittany for our next one.
That was fantastic. Thank you, Janice. And everyone, why don't you hit that react one more time and give Janice one of these digital guys to float up into the ether. Hey, thank you, Dorothy. Okay, remember, if you guys have questions, you can sound off in the chat, in the Q&A, or you can press the raise button to raise your hand. Oh, actually, looks like we might have a question. What do they have to offer for single seniors? Janice, can you speak on that?
Yeah, of course. So we do offer single solo studio cabins in many of our ships. And with those, we don't charge a single supplement rate. So talk to the Travel Perks team now because they'll have a list of which what ships those are, where they go to, and how many of those cabins we have.
Excellent. All
I will
right.
say on the studio cabin, I have sailed in one. It was a studio ocean view balcony on Ovation of the Seas because I was by myself. And it worked out really well for me. It was plenty of space and it had a full-size balcony. In fact, the balcony, I swear to you, was larger than a regular balcony and larger than my cabin. But it was great. And it was full-size bathroom. It was amazing. I was like, I will do this all the time.
So you don't feel like you lost anything being in one of those
Nope.
single staterooms? Great.
No.
That's wonderful to hear. Okay, well,
Yeah,
thank you for answering that so
of
quickly.
course.
I'm looking through just to make sure if anybody else has their hands raised or any other questions, and it looks like we are set. So thank you again, Janice. So next up to tell us about celebrity cruises and their exciting new innovations, we've got a woman who's very friendly, and not just because that's what her name means in German. It's Karen Freundlich.
Hello, thank you for having me. This is a wonderful event. We all and always enjoy using our experience and our background to show and share with you a little bit about what we do. So I'm going to share my screen right now and I'm going to take it away and tell you everything about celebrity cruises. So here's a little.
Karen, just a heads up, we don't hear audio on this video. You may have to unshare and reshare and do that thing with the sound.
Oh, goodness sake, thank you. Let's stop sharing. Try it again. My apologies.
That's okay. Thanks for folks catching it in the chat.
Thank you. All right. So, from the current slide,
Karen, now we don't hear the presentation or see you. As you guys could probably tell, we're navigating some audio visual technicalities. Hoping to get
Was that
Karen
not
back on
working?
soon. No, you're not sharing, I don't think, right now. So we didn't see it or hear it.
Goodness sake, all righty. Hang in there tight with me.
Great. We're all in this together.
Yes, we are.
Like Kelly Price said, ain't technology great? Yes, Kelly. Sometimes, we think it's going to make things easier, and sometimes it really doesn't.
All right, hang on one sec. Go back into the meeting. Oh, goodness sake. Okay, let's try this again. Include sound. Got it.
Woohoo.
All right, are we ready? Can you see me?
We see ourselves.
Here we go.
Woohoo. All right.
All right, I'm going to get rid of the little mini box. Start from current slide. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. I'm going to talk a little bit about our fleet, which we have 15 total in the doing the ocean, as well as one that's completely dedicated, which I'll talk about towards the end, which is our Flora, completely dedicated to the Galapagos. But here is Meet the Fleet. So we have the Millennium Series. We've got the Solstice, and then our newest vessels, the Edge Series. The Millennium Series, which are the 4 here. You can see the capacity is at 2193 for each one of them. And then we step up a little bit with the Solstice Series. And I will show you a little bit about the differences between each one of these series. But let me just make note here so you all are aware of this, that Celebrity Cruises, Royal Caribbean Group, has invested in about $250 million in reimagining these ships. So I was just on the Solstice in Alaska. It was the second ship to be renovated, and she is stunningly beautiful. There are some public areas that were changed and just given a huge dry dock in Singapore. So we are very excited. She's beautiful. So we can't wait for the rest of the ships to follow. And then, of course, we have our Edge class, which is a very different. You'll see the capacity here is 2,900. And we've gone from 2019 all the way down to 2025, the Excel, which was just inaugurated in Miami this past November. And then the Edge 6, the Excite, is coming out in 2028. And then, of course, the Galapagos, solely in the Galapagos, the Flora, completely dedicated to the Galapagos, 100 guests, so 50 cabins, all suites, all inclusive. But again, I'll talk a little bit about that as we go through. One of my favorite parts too as well, and I can say this from experience, just coming back from Alaska, albeit we had beautiful weather, this was a wonderful area because the solarium itself is midship, it's temperature controlled, it's adult only. So you get the opportunity to have that glass dome and then the side windows from floor to ceiling. So you're truly not missing anything, but it's its own little sanctuary on board. And then also, if you want to go in for a light snack or smoothies or juice, you've got the spa cafe there as well. So on the outside, and this again is the Edge class. So we've got the Edge class and the Solstice class. We have the Sunset Bar, which is aft, and it is a two-tier, two-level. So you can see light steps to get up to the top of the Sunset Bar area. A great place to be when you're sailing away or coming into port or just want a relaxing day at sea. So here with the Edge class is our Grand Plaza. This martini bar these are located in midship in the atrium area. So on the Edge, Apex, Beyond, and Ascent, we've got the Grand Plaza. And in the evening, about 7:15, they utilize these chandeliers, and there's 32,000 crystals in each one of them. It might vary by size depending, but there's approximately 32,000 crystals. So the mixologists will actually put on a show for you and make the drinks while tossing bottles and carrying drinks on their head right around the outside of the bar, and they'll come up and deliver it to you. And yeah, it's just a wonderful experience set to music. Nothing I've ever experienced before, and I've been in the industry for a long time, just like my colleagues here on this call. So not to be missed on the Celebrity Edge, Apex, Beyond, and Ascent. So our theaters are amazing. Again, because we are smaller in size, our theaters, you have a 7 o'clock and a 9 o'clock showtime. We have our own production team based in Hollywood, Florida. They are part of our organization. We do not contract out our performers, so they will go anywhere from Broadway caliber to a rock night to maybe a theme night. I was on one that did the Whitney Houston, and this performer, this woman, was simply amazing. You'll see to the right our LED screens. They actually become part of the performance, no matter what it is, what style of performance and production it is. And then on to the magic carpet. Now this is on, like I said, the Edge class, and it is the length of approximately 2 tennis courts long, and it moves up and down, so it'll go from the upper deck down to sea level and sail away. Great place to have a cocktail. There's a full bar on there, and at night we turn it into, in the upper left-hand corner, we turn it into an al fresco dining. But you'll see, I want to point out, and these are the magic carpet cabins to the far left there. So this magic carpet is a cantilevered experience, and as the magic carpet is moving, there's nobody on board. So I get asked a lot, those that have those cabins within the magic carpet there, people ask, are people going to be able to, our guests on board, are they going to be able to see inside my cabin? Absolutely not, because like I said, there's nobody on it when it moves. And then it goes to certain decks, and on each platform, or each deck, should I say, it'll tell you where you can board the magic carpet. But again, wonderful to be out. It's open. There's glass on, as you see, on each side, and then in front, I want to say it's about a 6-foot glass partition, but again, very fun to be on. So we also utilize it as a platform. If we are in a tender port, we're going to move that magic carpet down to sea level. You're going to go to the deck, or you're going to be disembarking, and you'll walk right onto the magic carpet, right onto the tender. Very easy. If you still have mobility assistance, we have that. As you see, the crew is standing there, but we have this as a launching for our tenders. So multi-purpose. So on board our Edge class, we have 4 main restaurants. We have the Cypress, which is our more Greek flair, Cosmopolitan, Tuscan, which is our Italian, and then Normandy, which is our French flair. So along with our specialty dinings, we also have our 4 main dining restaurants. And this is what Cypress looks like. Very well appointed. And like I said, since we are small, you're not dining with a lot of people. You can actually hear each other speak. And we have table sizes of 2 all the way up to 10. If we need, for larger groups, we can accommodate that. Our cuisine that we are very well known for is it's locally sourced. So say we are in the Greek Isles and we're in Mykonos, we will be bringing local cuisine and preparing it on board for you in that port of call. The cuisine team, including the chef is out and sourcing everything. And then when they bring it on, including the breads, the ice cream, the pasta, it's all made fresh on board. So let's just say you want to have another experience outside of Cyprus and you want to eat at the Cosmopolitan restaurant. Within the Cosmopolitan menu, you will see, just like with the Cyprus, say you had dinner in the Cyprus the night before, but yet you wanted a little something from Cosmopolitan. You are more than welcome to order, say from the Cosmopolitan, you're having dinner. On the other side of the menu, you'll have choices from the other dining venues. Say you wanted something very special that you truly, truly enjoyed, and you're in Cosmopolitan, you can order that as well. So just a little bit about that. So here's the inside of the Tuscan with slightly increased capacity because it is one of our popular ones, Tuscan. So we're going to go down and have a little freshly made Italian pasta and some other goodies. Like I said, the bread and then the samoyeds on board are just amazing. Here's the Normandy. So if you're in the mood for a little escargot, Deck 3 main restaurant, very well appointed. And then, not to be missed, this is on our brand new ship, the Excel. Aft, right behind the Sunset Bar, is Bora. And this is an area that you can have brunch or dinner. Reservations are required, but here's a little video, a short one, just to give you a taste. Nothing comes close. And this is what we're going to talk about now is what is the experience on board? What's the retreat? What's aqua class? What's concierge class? I'm going to break all these down for you so you have an idea. But let's start with the retreat because it is a ship within a ship experience. It is your own private arena. You get pre-boarding, you get pre-disembarkation, you have your own pools, you have your own sea thermal, spas, you have your own restaurant. So here is a little bit about the iconic suite of what this looks like. It is just over 2,500 square feet, the largest, most luxury suite in our entire fleet. And this gives you the huge panoramic views from above the captain's bridge. And if those that are active with Peloton, if you so want a Peloton, all you have to do is pick up the phone, call your butler, and that Peloton will be delivered to your cabin. So a truly wonderful experience 24/7 that you have access to with your butler. And then the penthouse suite, this one goes down a little bit, so 1,400 to 2,500 square feet. It has 2 beautiful bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a walk-in closet. Who doesn't love that? You'll have plenty of room to roam the world inside the retreat itself, with options to dine in your own Lumine restaurant if you so would like. But we also open the retreat guests into experiencing our private dining areas, our specialty dining, as well as our 4 dining venues that I just mentioned. So here is the Edge Villa down to 950 square feet, but again, unwind on another level in these 2-story suites, complete with a private terrace and your own plunge pool. How fun is that to be just having an adult beverage or just relaxing in your jacuzzi there in your plunge pool? So fantastic. Here we are with the Edge Villa. This is the, Aqua Sky Suites. A little different total living space, so 254 to 319 square feet, with a total veranda square footage of up to 57 to 80, almost 80 square feet. So lots of still roominess. Our bedding is fabulous, down to the bathroom size on every single one of our ships. You'll experience a larger bathroom and verandas. As I go through and show you these pictures, you will see how big each, like the suites have, down to the balconies, to the concierge. Now onto the Aqua Class staterooms. Again, total living space 209 to 200 almost 45 square feet, with your veranda of almost 55 square feet, depending on where you are, where your cabin is located. So Aqua Class guests enjoy state-of-the-art infinite private verandas, Exhale bedding, which is what we are known for, premium bathroom amenities, massaging shower heads in your shower, complimentary fitness classes, plus an unlimited access to the Sea Thermal Suite. Complimentary dining in blue, just like the retreat guests have Lumine, the Aqua Class have blue. So I'm going to show you a little bit about the Sea Thermal Suites. That is on the Celebrity Edge. So the Edge series guests get to enjoy complimentary access to the Sea Thermal Suites, which you'll see just having to be able to relax before you head into, say, the Persian Garden, which is on the Millennium Class and the Solstice Class. And then here is what's your restaurant for the Aqua Class guests. This is blue. And it is a savory and exclusive menu that features clean, crisp flavors and incentive cuisine that's complemented by an extensive list of sustainable biodynamic wines, as well as for those that say you are having a soda pop and you want a straw. We don't have the plastic straws on board because we are sustainable and we're leaning more into that every single day. They are not paper, so they're not going to fall apart, but they are biodegradable. So just know that that's what we have had, and we continue to service the sustainability because that is very important to us as a brand. This restaurant, Blue, is open for breakfast and dinner. And then onto the concierge class real quick. The stateroom square footage, 192 to 243, still very spacious with the veranda at almost 55 square feet. And moving into the beautiful ocean views. So the veranda itself, you can have the infinite veranda, or you can have the standard balcony. The difference between those two is the infinite, when you're out there, think of it as it being an extension to your cabin itself. But you have the capability of lowering that window to where you want. It only comes down halfway. But at night, sometimes I just enjoy when I'm, laying, reading a book, sitting near the cabin or on my bed, and having my window cracked just so I can get some fresh air and enjoy the sound of the ocean. So here is what your standard outside looks like. Very well appointed. Again, the bedding is that XL bedding, even down to the comfortable comforters and the pillows. We have an actual pillow menu, not for every single category, but we do have for the retreat, the Aqua Class, and I believe, like I said, with the concierge. So ample living space and bigger bathrooms and storage for your luggage as well as your clothing. Standard hookups for your chargers throughout the cabin, as well as pricing structure. Let's go through this real quick. Cruise only rates, which is your basic lowest fare, and then we have the all-included drinks and Wi-Fi. And then for the retreat, that is the amenities are all included. So the access to the Lumine, which is the restaurant, access to an exclusive lounge, which when you're boarding, you don't have to worry about taking your luggage to your cabin. The butler will take care of that, as well as escorting you upon disembarkation day. So with that, I want to go touch a little bit on our rivers. So we are coming into the Danube and the Rhine come September of 2027. And then by 2030, we will have a total of 20 river ships on the European rivers. So these are brand new river ships. They are being built in Amsterdam. Like I said, the first one that's pictured here, the Compass, will be joining our fleet in September of 2027. So if you're interested, please touch base with one of your advisors at Travel Perks. They know all about the Celebrity River as well as ocean. But this, I just wanted to give you what the restaurants, what the renderings are going to look like, right? So the restaurant, the lounge areas, down to the staterooms, to the bathrooms, to the martini bars. We still want to keep authentic experience with our martini bars because they are an extension to our onboard experiences. And here is what's included in your Celebrity River cruise. You've got your dining, you've got your drinks, so select wine, beer, cocktails, coffee, soft drinks, Wi-Fi, so you've got your complimentary Wi-Fi throughout your entire journey, no matter what European river you are on. Then you have the onboard experiences, more to do, more spaces to do them in. Then we have the shore excursions. We are going to be offering a multitude of shore excursions throughout each port, but we will be including one shore excursion, one complimentary shore excursion in each port. So please, again, check with your Travel Perks travel advisor, as they will be able to break this down for you and customize what shore excursions you want to take. And a little bit about the Galapagos. Yes, we do. We go to the Galapagos. We are there year round. You would fly yourselves to Quito, Ecuador, and then you would board our flight. This is included in the Galapagos trip. So the airfare from Quito to Balta is on this beautiful jet. It's about an hour and 45-minute trip down to where the Flora is docked. And this is the beautiful Flora, the beautiful outside venues, to our glamping. Yes, we have glamping on board. You can reserve these once you are on board. And it's just a wonderful experience from the very beginning. You can reserve it for the day as well as in the evening and sleep under the stars and just relish in the beauty of the Galapagos Islands. So the Galapagos all-inclusive experiences, we have 10, 11, and 16 night. And then we also have one of the top highlights, which is our round trip, which I just talked about, flight between Balta and the Galapagos and back to Quito. So all included, which I just talked about. So I want to go through here so it gives you a little idea of what we do and how we do it. We also say, if you're watching this from land, the naturalist on the natives. So think of sailing through the Galapagos on a yacht, because that is what Flora is all about. It's the onboard naturalist as well as the land naturalist. It's just something wonderful to experience. So with that, I am going to stop sharing and turn this over to lovely Brittany, who will then take it from here.
Well, thank you, Karen. Now, you do have some questions. You had some from before you even started presenting. Let's ask those from Kelly, and then we'll get through the other things. So, the first, I think you did answer her question about the premium Wi Fi and drink package coming with those suites. So,
Yes.
the next one was about whether they could bring their Starlink Mini to ensure that there's good internet connectivity. Can you tell me about the connectivity there?
That I'm not quite too familiar with. However, reach out to one of your travel perks advisor. I will get that answer for you because this did come up last week with me. So I just want to clarify, and I don't want to give you the wrong information. So please circle back around with me on that question. I'd be happy to answer it for you.
Excellent. All right. And then are all suites retreat suites? They all have access to the retreat. Is that correct? And do they receive premium access? Was the question?
Yes, including the Sky Suite, the Sunset Sky Suite. That also gives the guests on board it's located back, so aft of the ship, and it's gives you the full retreat experience. So it comes with the Lumine private restaurant, the lounge and sun deck, butler retreat host service, priority boarding, like I said, in the disembarkation, and the premium drinks and Wi-Fi on the cruise itself.
Great. So even folks who aren't in the retreat area near the lounge or near Blue can still, if they're in a suite, then they've got access.
Correct.
Fantastic. Then let's see,
And then
specialty
real quick,
dining.
Brittany, real quick too, is with some of the other, you can get a day pass if that isn't part of what kind of category that you're booked in, but not with
Okay,
all. But you want to be careful there with that.
that is good to know. Now, specialty dining, it looks like it's not included with suites. Is that correct? And then
That
would you
is correct.
recommend a specialty dining package, or what would your play be?
Oh, man, on like the Solstice class versus the Edge class, it's just a very different experience. That's still that premium delivery as far as our service is concerned. Um, it's just like fine cuts if you are wanting steak, prime rib, filet mignon. There's the La Petite, which is a whole experience all in its own, where your dinner table becomes alive. And it's just, yeah. But we do have a multitude of fine dining as well. So, but
Great.
for reservations, of course.
Do you recommend the package, the specialty dining package?
I do highly recommend it, especially on the Edge class.
Mhm.
Um, just because there's more of them and they fill up fast. So I would definitely recommend that. So thank you.
Right. And reservations can be made ahead of the trip, but also on board, right? It's my understanding that
Correct.
even if all of the spots ahead of time you shop and you don't see any times available, they're still going to hold some reservations to be booked on board. So nothing
That
is
is
just
correct. And
fully
I have,
sold out.
yes.
Great.
But I am one to plan ahead of time, right? So
Hmm.
I want to make sure. But yes, that is definitely true. You can definitely make those
Excellent.
reservations. And when you're in
All
the
right.
retreat class or aqua, you've got your butler and your concierge service that can make those reservations for you.
Fantastic. And then I think you may have explained a little bit the difference between a concierge class and how it's different from the suites.
Right. So again, it's based on the cabin category, location. They do differ in size, but the concierge class comes with different amenities. Like I said, you can, to my understanding, get a day pass into the sea thermal spa, maybe, and as well as the dining areas. It's just we want to make it exclusively for you, and that we design it with you know to your likings. And I've got to say that at the end of each cruise, you receive a survey. Every single one of those surveys are read and implemented. If there are, positive feedback, or if you'd want to see something different on board our ships, if we can implement that, we will do our best, especially with the Solstice class that's coming into a refurb. So, yeah, look forward to that.
Great. All right. Well, Kelly, I think we answered all your questions, but sound off in the chat if you had any more. We do have a hand raised from Marguerite. And so, Marguerite, I can briefly allow microphone. If you had something to say, then feel free to say it. If it was an accidental hand raise, then you can press raise again and the hand will disappear. All right.
She might still be on mute, maybe.
She is on mute. Yes, she can take it off. I think I've given her the ability to unmute now. So Marguerite, just chime in if you have anything for us. In the meantime, there was another question from Craig and Sandy. How many passengers on those river boats? I know they're still being built, but do you have an estimate?
Great question, and thank you. I did miss saying that. So 85 cabins, so approximately 170 passengers. And guess what else is available to you? 24/7 dining.
Ooh, that is not typical for river cruising.
That doesn't mean you're going to go and sit down and have dining and wait staff at midnight, but there's going to be light snacks and a station that you can go and grab a quick bite if you're so in need or desire a little sweet.
That's great. I think there's another question from Robin. Solo, no supplements on river cruise. Are there any solo options, and do they have single supplement costs?
These are all double occupancy cabins. So at this point, but not to say that that will change. I'm not sure. We're still in the beginning stages of designing the ships and listening to our guests. So right now it's all based on double occupancy. At least I see how many people on the Flora. So the Flora in the Galapagos, 50 cabins, 100 passengers.
Great. And then scuba gear. Is there some on the Flora, but just in general on the river cruising as well? I see that Robin has asked about scuba equipment on those.
So scuba, that is done by an off-site company that you would have to arrange. And then once you have that arranged, they will do the transportation off board the ship, off the Flora, to where you want to go scuba diving. Now we do have the gear once you are on the Zodiacs. Before getting onto the Zodiacs, we do give you the boots, the mucklucks, as well as preparing you for what you will experience, say the night before, and then a briefing on that experience the next day, and then you come back on board, and then there's a debrief of what you experienced.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for the thorough answers. I think that's officially all the celebrity questions, but there will be a chance at the very end of this for more questions, so maybe we'll talk to you again.
For the scuba, there's no scuba on the river.
Great. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I also just learned today by your presentation that we can just have a Peloton bike delivered to suites on celebrity sailings. So that's something I've learned. That is brand new to me. I never considered. I'm just trying to picture those poor staff just dragging the heaviest bike. I'm sure they have a method, but okay, fantastic.
It's a celebrity way.
Well, everyone, if you learned something new, and even if you didn't, go ahead and clap react for Karen's wonderful presentation. That was fantastic. Marguerite, your hand is still raised, but I'm going to disable your mic now. I'm so sorry. If you do have a question, just let us know. All right. And our final presenter is coming up shortly. As a reminder, we've got a raffle prize, or a few prizes actually, being drawn afterwards, so stick around and find out if you're a winner. And without further ado, our last speaker has 2 decades of travel experience. She's been to Antarctica enough for me to believe that she knows more about penguins than any of us combined. So coming to us from Silversea, please give it up for Eva Horne.
Yay! Thanks, Brittany. I know Antarctica definitely resonates with my soul and beckons my return. I would go again and again and again. Fun fact, the first time I went was on a Russian icebreaker. Quite a far drive from going on Silversea, isn't it? But thanks for the great introduction and being such valued partners. Absolutely adore these little travel talks that we do with you, because there's just such a wealth of information. And, you know, you've just heard my 2 colleagues here, so much passion behind our brands. We love what we do. So I'm going to introduce you a little bit to Silversea. I too may have a little bit of some glitching with the audio, so I apologize, but I'll just go right through mine. I don't have that many videos. But I did want to talk to you a little bit about who we are and what makes us so unique and different. You know, the Silversea Way is something that we emanate through our entire company. It honors our past. We've been a company that's been around for 31 plus years. We celebrate the present. We know right now how we travel is so much different than how we traveled 10, 20, 30 years ago. But we also have to embrace the future. What does that mean? All we have to do is open our news and we look around, the world is constantly changing. Karen alluded a little bit to sustainability, the High Seas Alliance. What does that look like? And we know when people travel, our tastes change as well. So, the days of kind of looking through travel through a different set of eyes has been refocused differently to moments that really make a difference. And those are those wow factors. And that what encompasses what we call the Silversea Way. So my little video here is probably going to play a little bit of sound. Hopefully you can hear it, but it's just being in the moment. And if you can't, it's okay.
For once in a lifetime, to breaking new grounds, having every reason to celebrate, to growing bolder together, finding more.
And really, that's what we're all about. It is about finding more in the moments, more about connecting with people, place, and culture, more about connecting with yourself when you travel. And those kind of encompass our differences. So we go to over 950 different destinations around the globe. That just gives you an idea. It's about 400 more than our closest competitor. I sit in the luxury or the ultra luxury space of the market. So my small, beautiful ships go to all 7 continents, and we really dive in deeper to exploration into these beautiful ports around the world. Culinary, we know, is so important when we travel, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. And again, personalized service, that attention to detail. And it's not so much about the white gloves, the champagne, the caviar, the one-to-one cruise service that we have. Our guests and returning guests love that about Silversea, but it's about the carefree, the indulgence. It's about slowing life down. It's about having time. That's really what makes the difference for us. So when we talk about why Silversea, it is about that personalized service. I'll talk about our butlers. I'll talk about our suites. I'll talk about our all-inclusiveness that we have, the experiences for you that we deliver on board seamlessly throughout. Culinary, so important when we travel. Comfort, what our beautiful fleet looks like without ever compromising where we go in the world. And our beautiful ships that are purposely built and custom designed for each and every location we go to. So this is my gorgeous fleet right here. I only have 12 beautiful ships. We've doubled the capacity since the pandemic, but my ships are very small. My largest, like Karen, I have a beautiful sister ship to the Flora, the Silver Origin, and she's purposely built and remains in the Galapagos. So she's my smallest with 50 suites. She is one of 4 expedition ships purposely built for expedition travel. I have 8 gorgeous classic ships. The 2 of them being the Nova class are my new ones. They are asymmetrical, beautiful design ships. They are hybrids, so they run on clean burning energy. They also have battery power, and they also plug into the electrical grid systems around the world. So the beautiful Silver Nova, for example, was just in Seattle. We plugged right into the port. I showcased her on Monday. So beautiful, so nice in the beautiful, pristine blue sky, not to see the black smoke spewing out. There's our ship just sparkling in the light. It's absolutely gorgeous. Those 2 are my biggest. They are 725 passengers only, and identical twins, the Silver Ray and Nova. The Muse class, just smaller versions of the Nova class, just going down in capacity. And our beautiful Shadow class, these are like expedition kind of yachts that hug the coastlines of the world. Our Shadow class ships are also our world cruise ship lines. Our clients absolutely love these with only 196 suites. Imagine being on one of those for 152 days. Unique destinations where we go with Silversea. It's not just about where you go, it's how you do it. And that's so important to us. Every one of these blue dots represents a geographical area in which we visit. So yes, of course, we go to beautiful places like Australia and Alaska, the South Pacific, French Polynesia, and all the way over to Australia from that area, the Galapagos, Antarctica, both sides of South America, both sides of Africa and the Indian Ocean. The Mediterranean, where our heartbeat sits, we have very, very beautiful itineraries that focus in that region. Northern Europe as well. And then the Arctic, which encompasses 3 beautiful buckets. So the high Canadian Arctic, Greenland and Iceland, and then the Norwegian Arctic as well. But again, it's about ship. It's about what is placed in that particular region or location to best showcase having that region right at your doorstep. So this is my beautiful Silver Wind, one of my smaller ships going right under Tower Bridge in London, because we want to be right in the heart of the destination for you. Give you an example, last December, I took my daughter to the Mediterranean on my largest ship, the beautiful Silver Ray of only 725 passengers, a beautiful 14-day itinerary from Civitavecchia to Lisbon. So you can imagine all the ports of call we did, from Monaco to the southern Spain, southern France, Italy, of course, all the way up into Portugal and Lisbon and ports in between. Never once did we tender. We had that ship docked in the heart of every single destination, port of call, and city throughout those 14 days. So it gives you the idea of what's important to our Silversea guest: connection, people, place, slowing life down, having your beautiful yacht right there waiting for you at the end of every day or throughout the day to be there to ensure that you can enjoy all the indulgences. I'm going to give you some examples of what our ships look like. This is one of our main pool decks. It's larger on the Silver Ray and the Silver Nova because it's been completely reimagined with a brand new layout with these gorgeous entrance steps that you see, and it's offset to allow the beautiful light to come into our ships. So the Silver Ray and the Silver Nova are actually nicknamed or coined lovingly the ships of light, because they truly do. The sea and the ocean become one and part of the ship. The expansive views over the destination out to sea from the ship are just incredible throughout this entire vessel. And you'll see that throughout my pictures as I put them on here. But this is the pool deck for the beautiful Silver Nova and the Silver Ray. This is what one of our several lounges look like on board. This is the Panorama Lounge. We also have observation lounges. These lounges, I'll just go back for just a moment. These lounges are places for our guests to gather. This is where you would play bridge or mahjong. You would have lectures on different destinations here. On our expedition ships, we have special screens that pop up so we can dive in deep into the particular lecture topic. But it's also a fantastic place to gather with your friends or your family, just to reflect after a busy day. And it's a wonderful place to have a pre-dinner or a post-dinner cocktail as well. Every one of our ships has something called an arts cafe. This is the arts cafe on the Silver Endeavour. The Silver Endeavour is a full PC6 ice exploration ship. So she is staying in the polar regions of the world. So you can imagine coming at the end of a beautiful day here for a fantastic cup of coffee, specialty teas, or anything that you and your heart desires after a great day of exploration. It's that perfect place to relax. Each one of our ships has an arts cafe, lighter fare, beautiful healthy juices, small finger sandwiches, things like that. Tipping our hat to our European heritage, we have connoisseurs lounges on board. These are our smoking lounges. I put these on here because it's not your traditional smoking lounge. This is completely sealed off, but it's also a place to have a fantastic cigar, a wonderful old-fashioned, some brandy at the end of a busy day. Again, it's part of what our clients love to experience on Silversea, that little bit of indulgence at the end of a busy day, however they choose to do so. And a lot will go and visit the Connoisseurs Lounge just for that. Looking at some of our all-suite accommodations on board our ship. Every single ship on Silversea, all of our rooms, we don't call them rooms, we do call them suites, because they all are all-suite accommodations, which is wonderful. They're very spacious. They, again, have been designed with sort of that European flair in mind, so they will always have a sitting area. Majority of them have private verandas as well. We have very few suites that actually have windows more in that conventional style that don't open. Those are typically for our ADHD type of suite. So if you have mobility issues, that would be one of those. But most of them all have the private verandas with the large windows that open out and you can step out onto your private deck. We have the bedroom and sitting area, as I mentioned before, beautiful fine amenities throughout, gorgeous luxurious bath amenities, plus all of the European brands and hypoallergenic as well. We're very well known for our Bulgari product on board, or the green tea or white tea, depending on your preference. Again, we have the pillow menu. You choose hard, soft, hypoallergenic. If you can't, your butler will bring little Barbie-sized ones and you can try them all out and choose whichever you would like. And then all the extras that you would expect to find in a luxury line like Silversea. Customized beautiful fridges, lounges, all with your own personal preferences inside, plush bathrobe, slippers, and the works. So here's what a couple of our suites look like. This is on our expedition yachts. That's what they look like. These are the classic verandas. This is a silver suite, the most popular suite on Silversea. So you can see again that floor to ceiling light, beautiful fine touches throughout. I can tell you there's plenty of mirrors and light and wonderful things that just make your suite so comfortable to come back to at the end of a busy day. These are also some of our bedrooms that tend to be some of the most spacious on board. Some of these are all the way up to 12 to 1400 square feet. They can be 1 or 2 bedrooms. The master suites get even bigger towards the back end of the ship. All of our rooms have these beautiful espresso machines there. So if you're like me, you need a coffee just to get up and function out of bed before your butler brings your extra hot latte delivered fresh to your room with orange juice and breakfast at 7 o'clock. You can have that specialty coffee right ready to go with your own personal coffee maker in each and every one. These are what our bathrooms look like on Silversea. They're very spaciously designed. His and her sinks. We have huge bathtubs, walk-in showers, plenty of natural light that comes in. Again, we know bathrooms tend to be a little smaller on ships. We want to make ours very spacious for our guests, and they truly appreciate having that extra space when they sail with us. Personalized service, so important with us on Silversea. Now, every single one of our suites, from our expedition ships all the way to our classic ships, from entry level all the way up to our largest ships, every single one will come with not only a room attendant, but also a butler. On Silversea, our staff to guest ratio is 1-to-1, or it's actually even higher than that, so more crew than staff. So you can imagine that every single detail is thought through. It's carefree travel, from simple things like putting your glasses down, they're cleaned immediately with the cleaning cloth left behind, to ensuring that you're never without a beverage or a comfort that you would require being comfortable on board our ships. But also in our suites, they do these anticipatory attention to details that are so welcoming. I'll give you a couple really quick examples of what our butlers do, because these butlers are fully English trained, just like the Queen and the royal family's butlers. They have that attention to detail training. They spend so much time learning the perfection and art of service, but they go above and beyond. When we were in the Galapagos, sorry, Karen, I was there as well. Very, very special place. When I was there with my son back in December, when we were on board, we had an extraordinary day. We were snorkeling and Zodiac adventure cruising, and then we were also kayaking with the Golden Race. Came back absolutely exhausted at the end of the day, ready to go to our suite. Our team met us on board with beautiful hot robes, a glass of champagne. Of course, we have caviar in demand that's sustainable. All we wanted to do was get back to our suite, shower change, get ready for dinner, and get ready for the next day. But lo and behold, when we opened our suite door, a butler had gone in, and he knew that my son and I loved hockey. We were Canadians. So right on our main table in our room was a very large bucket of beer, all kinds of beer in there, probably 12 different bottles, a wonderful big bucket of popcorn, some truffle nuts, and a card on how to log on to the hockey game because he knew the finals was on for us. Those are those attention to details. So those things that make a real difference, not over the top, indulgence. It can be the simple things that mean the most. So that's what personalized service is to us. And again, that's that Silversea way. Gourmet excellence, so important on our ships. We have up to 10 different dining options on our larger ships. Everything from classic, beautiful French cuisine to La Terrazas, our classic Italian, to grill, one of our clients' favorites, where they go out and grill their favorite protein as we set sail from a favorite port of call. Kaisaki, our Japanese fusion restaurant. Salt, which I'll talk about in a minute. Atlantide, beautiful Mediterranean-style seafood. Silver Note, small tapas, smoky, beautiful types of drinks, wonderful sultry jazz to accompany it, and Spaccanopoli, the best Italian pizza at sea, all found on our ships. So many dining options, as well as 24-hour room service and a dine anywhere menu as well. Salt is found on half of our fleet, and it's sea and land taste. This is our dive deep into ensuring that you connect with culture and food wherever we travel. because we know food is definitely such an important part of where we go. And we want you to understand the history, the emotional connection, the story behind what makes that particular ingredient so special in that particular region. Is it a yogurt or an olive oil from Greece? Is it the cuisine from northern Italy to the south? What makes each and every particular location so special? So you understand the importance that food plays. So on board our ships, we have the Salt Lab. This is your opportunity to go and cook with our fabulous chefs. Maybe you'll learn to make the perfect salted cod dish from Portugal, or an ossobuco from northern Italy, or the perfect gnocchi in the middle of Italy, all the way down to a beautiful seafood from the south. The Salt Kitchen, we understand if you don't want to cook, our chefs will do it for you. The Salt Bar, incorporating all these fantastic flavors from these fantastic ports of call into favored cocktails. Thanks to old fashions, wonderful martinis, Vespas, all with local ingredients blended in. So you get that opportunity to taste, to smell, to experience what part of the region are we in. Think of Japan to the Netherlands, to Australia, to even places like Iceland. You can imagine how those drinks would always change. Oh, I'm just going to go back here for just a sec. And also the Salt Experience and Talks. Talks is where our experts will give you the deep dive into that particular region and the history of food. And then the experiences, taking you off ship into private homes and getting you to taste the wonderful dish that Nona created from her kitchen, and the smells, the stories behind it. You're eating at a little wooden table, a carafe of house wine, but we know that's going to be way more memorable than that beautiful steak that you had paired with a beautiful wine. We know the story is there. It's that emotional connection. And that's Salt, found on half of our fleet on Silversea. The Travel Perks team knows which ships. Highly recommend for all of you. It's a fantastic way to experience destination through the culture evolutionary of food. I'll skip the video because it's a little bit long, and I'll move right into my destination highlights here. What I did is pulled some of our more popular itineraries, what clients love the most. You know, Japan is very popular, Northern Europe is very popular, but of course, some of the British Isles in Northern Europe, itineraries are more popular than others. And these are some of them. Some of them are sailing as we speak. Some of them are getting ready to go. And of course, some are in the very near future. But always Southampton to Southampton, the Silver Dawn. It has our beautiful salt program on board. Only 596 passengers. 12 days, beautiful cruising. Lisbon to Copenhagen, another 12-day itinerary, and Copenhagen return, a 10-day gorgeous itinerary right at that latter part of summer. Absolutely beautiful. The Med, definitely where our heart and soul is with Silversea. Of course, we were born in Monaco, so we know the Med very well, east and west. We keep a lot of our beautiful ships there throughout the year just because it's so popular. And these are our bigger ones that our clients love the most. Lisbon return, Monte Carlo to Civitavecchia, and Venice to Rome. Now I'm going to pop up here one of my favorites, and definitely the most popular, sort of Mediterranean, as well as a little bit of the coastal indulgences that you would find. This is the Copenhagen to Lisbon harvest voyage. So just kicking up a little bit of the Med going into Lisbon, and then we go all the way up this beautiful coast right up to Copenhagen, or Copenhagen down in this case. Now the reason I put this on here is because look at the countries we visit. You've got these gorgeous European countries. You've got Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Spain, and Portugal. We start in Copenhagen, then we have a day at sea. Then it's 2 full days, 2 full nights in Hamburg, 2 full days, 2 full nights in Amsterdam. Zeebrugge, we're getting into Belgium now, one of my favorite parts of Europe, into Le Havre in France, where the nose sticks out into the Atlantic. This particular itinerary has the ships that have the salt program. So think cool, crisp wines, gorgeous fresh oysters. You can imagine the pairings here, what you would experience. St. Milo, Brittany, of course, so rich in history here, right? We're into France, then a day at sea to rest. Then look at the next 3 days, right down into the heart of Bordeaux. 3 full days, 3 full nights. Our ship is not leaving. Again, this is one of our smaller ships, just under 600 passengers. We're right in the heart of Bordeaux. We've sailed all the way up the river, giving our clients that opportunity to disembark the ship right into the heart of the chateaus, to the wine country, exploration, having your own private yacht right there that never leaves. Again, it's unrushed travel that's full of culture and connection and people and place. Bilbao, Spain wraps it up, day at sea, and then we wrap it up in Lisbon. What a beautiful itinerary. You can tell why it's one of our clients' most favorite and a popular one that books out year after year. I'll talk a little bit about Silversea expeditions now, just because it is a very important part of travel. It's a trend that we see is increasing with our clients more and more and more. Travel, as it says on my screen here, it leaves you speechless and then turns you into a storyteller. I could go on and on about my stories of Antarctica or my beautiful places I've traveled to, because it really does. It's those moments that stir your heart. It's the connection to wildlife and landscape, community, culture. It's education and enrichment. Doesn't matter if you love following in the footsteps of Shackleton or Franklin, or really understanding Darwin's theory of evolution. Destinations bring those to life. And that's what expedition cruising is about. I can relate it the best to something like an African safari, where you go to a beautiful base camp and you would use the jeeps to access the animals. That's exactly what expedition cruising is. It's in the cold regions of the world as well as the warm. We use the beautiful ships like you see here on my screen, and then these custom-built zodiacs to access the inaccessible. You don't run into other people. It's you and the surroundings out there. And that's really what expedition cruising is all about. The pillars which we stay true to, that we follow, we are the pioneers of luxury cruising in the expedition space. We've been doing it for close to 20 years. We know it so incredibly well. We go deeper, we dive further. We want to ensure that we're getting you into destinations that really are unique and are going to be life-changing. We're innovation experts. We have all of the, what I call the ologists on board. So the ornithologists, the marine biologists, the historians, the glaciologists. We have, studies that are taking place that are done by experts in their particular field, and you become a part of it, taking away a true appreciation, if it's history, if it's art, if it's marine mammals, if it's just understanding what makes a particular location so special. We have experience ratios that are so important to our guests, 1 for 10. So you get all that hands-on, ensuring that you take away exactly what you're looking for when you go to expedition. And then it's seamless journey from door to door. You want to make sure you are not having to worry about a thing, from your gear to the transport to the logistics from getting from point A to point B. So where do we go in expedition? Like I said, we do cold regions as well as warm. We go to places, like I mentioned, the 3 buckets of the Arctic. We go to the Galapagos. We go to the South Pacific, Antarctica. We do the British Isles. We also do Indonesia and the Kimberley. We also do places like Japan by expedition, all the way up into October. Africa and Indian Ocean, both sides. Places like Madagascar, Maputo. Beautiful far off places by expedition to get you into the heart of destination, so you understand what kind of adventure awaits for you there. So our experience ratios, as I mentioned before, is 1 to 10, which ensures that you custom pick what you would like to do for the day. Is it photography? Is it understanding the birds? So you'll go with the ornithologist because you want to understand the penguins. Is it the historian for that day? Or maybe it's the cultural expert when you're in French Polynesia. Here's a little video that'll show you our expedition destinations. So that's just a little teaser video. Our expeditions are actually all the way open up until 2028, and our world cruise just opened up for 2029. Can you believe it? We've planned that far out in advance with Silversea. So moving past, just going to tap in a little bit about what it means with expedition, a couple of our popular destinations. Antarctica is definitely a pillar for us. We are the experts there. It's standalone for us in Antarctica. We absolutely love taking our clients there. I've been several times, and I can tell you no place has stirred my soul as much as this, as I mentioned before. There's something truly magical about being at that seventh continent for many, or the Great White Continent, as many know it as. Antarctica, we get you to Santiago. From Santiago, you go to Punta Arenas or to Punta Williams. From there, we take you down into the peninsula. And when you think about Antarctica, it looks like an elephant's trunk and his big ear on the side of his head. So going down past the circle or down into the peninsula is something that's very important that we need to get you to go to really truly experiencing Antarctica. We want to make sure you don't just do a drive-by, just sailing around the tip. You have to get all the way down into the peninsula to really experience it. And you can do it a couple of ways. One of the ways to do it is a classic. So we leave from Porto Williams and then you sail across the elusive Drake Passage, getting into the Shetlands, into the peninsula, into the Sound, and doing a beautiful round trip that's 10 days. Another one, you can go a little bit further down into the polar circle, making it a little bit longer. It's 12 days. We can do it all the way up to 18 to truly give you that Antarctic experience all the way through. Or we can also do something to make it a little bit easier on you and deliver paradise, as I like to say it, with a shorter fly cruise program. So really what we do is we follow the southern tides here, but what we do is we fly the Drake Passage. We will get you down to Santiago, charter flight from Santiago to Porto Williams, right into Antarctica and down into the peninsula, because we're going to fly you across right into King George. It is pretty remarkable. It's an hour-and-a-half flight only, and right there you are in the heart of Antarctica. So we can do it as an 8-day program, 9-day, or even 7 days. So it's pretty amazing when you can now fly over the Drake Passage, shortening that time that it takes to get into Antarctica, and it's pretty remarkable. Every single year we get a brand new ship. Other than this year, what Royal Caribbean Group and Silversea decided to do instead was build the southernmost hotel in the world. And that's exactly what we did. So now our journey is seamless. Santiago to Porto Williams. We put you up at our beautiful, beautiful 5-star hotel. We allow you to rest. You meet our marine team. You get all of your gear. From there, you have this beautiful, beautiful facility to enjoy. There's so much here, from paddleboarding to kayaking to hiking in the Andes to day trips, you name it. From there, 10-minute short ride to the airport. We fly you over the Drake into Antarctica, or a 10-minute short ride to where our gorgeous ship is waiting to take you the conventional way as an expedition cruise across the Drake into the peninsula. Gives you an idea what the hotel looks like. She's pretty amazing. Our business class flights that we take on our charter right into Antarctica, and of course, right into the heart of Penguin Land. Knowing your penguins so important when you're in Antarctica. You're going to see all of the species here, the kings, the gentoos, the macaronis, the chinstraps, the magellicus, and also, if you are lucky, going into harder destinations, the emperor and the big king penguins as well. Everything revolves around them. The seasons are opposite, of course, in Antarctica. So their fall is our spring. Their spring is our fall. It all depends if you want to see babies, penguins, or you want to see the animals feeding in the migratory paths. Happy to walk you through that. The team at Travel Perks know it so well. But of course, you get to places like this. This is absolutely incredible. This is home to the big king penguins. They're only found in this one area in large concentrations like you see here. And the emperors are found in the deep south. These are the kings. You can see that every little white dot there is all penguins. It's truly remarkable. It's something that is indescribable. The penguins, of course, the main food source for so many animals, including these guys. These are the big leopard seals. They look cute in this picture, not so cute when you see them in the wild, but pretty remarkable all the way around. Of course, migratory humpback whales are coming through here. They perform so differently, behave differently in this particular region of the world. When you are kayaking or in your Zodiac, that's 52 feet, a beautiful whale, 13-foot flukes. It's truly remarkable when that big eye comes up and looks at you. They log, they feed, they rest. They are truly remarkable to see them up close and in such vast numbers here. And that's just one of many species of whales, from the minkies to, of course, the elusive orcas to many, many others. The vistas you see, the ice, the sky, the smells, the sights, the sounds, so different. the history here, from the whaling, of course, to the first white settlements that came into Antarctica. The history is rich. Again, the penguins, as I mentioned before. It's just an incredible destination. The team at Travel Perks knows this area very well. Reach out to them. They will tell you all of the different options. I want to sort of move to a little bit of a warmer destination now, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Kimberley. The Kimberley is located in Western Australia, and it's full of these beautiful limestone, sandstone cliffs. It looks very much like a large ancient gorge that's been filled by water, something maybe like the Grand Canyon, if I had to do an example. This is full of indigenous rock. It's got incredible history here, and it's beautiful in its own right. You can see our zodiacs cruising around, seeing all the gorgeous waterfalls here. The cultural history here is so important. They've got written art form here that dates back thousands and thousands of years. The marine life here is beautiful. The bird watching, absolutely incredible. It's one of these must-go-to pot destinations now. People will tie it in with an Australia trip. But this is the Kimberley, and we do this by expedition. This is Montgomery Reef. And when we launch these zodiacs from our ship, our clients are going, oh my goodness, what are we going to do here? It looks like this is just this big sea of water. But then this is an inshore reef, which means as the tides reside down, this whole stretch of water that you see where our tiny little zodiac is 80 miles long, the tide goes out and then there's 15 feet of reef that's exposed. So you can imagine all of the marine life. You can imagine the bird life. You can imagine things like turtles and birds and different things that feed here. It is so incredible. I always get asked, will we allow snorkeling here? Because with Silversea on expedition, we have kayaking, we have snorkeling, we help facilitate diving in all of the regions that we visit. However, we don't do it in the Kimberley because it's got the largest concentration of freshwater crocs in the world. So no snorkeling, no facilitating diving. We're going to get you to ensure you see this beautiful part of the world from the safety of the zodiacs. Nonetheless, magnificent creatures. We just want to see them above the water. But again, that's the joy of Silversea. All of that beautiful stuff is always included on our expedition. An example of some of the indigenous rockwork, again, thousands and thousands of years old. It's an amazing place to visit. One of the few destinations that we visit by Silversea Expedition. So again, if you're interested in culture and people and place, and you want those must-see spots going off the beaten path, then you want to look into Silversea Expeditions. We have different ways that you can travel with us, either the classic or the expedition, smaller ship, larger ship. It's always up to you, and it's always by choice, and that's what luxury is all about. I'm not sure if my sister brands put this up here, but we do loyalty status match. So very proud to be part of the royal family. Even though we share the same umbrella parent company, we're very, very individual in our brands. But we do recognize your loyalty across the board. So if you've sailed with Celebrity or Silversea or Royal, you just want to have those loyalty numbers handy to give to the Travel Perks team, because we'll status match across the board with whoever you choose to sail with. So as I wrap up, I just want to say, with the world less traveled with Silversea, it's about longer, going deeper. We want you to explore hidden wonders all over the world, 950 different destinations. If it's touched by water, by river, by ocean, by sea, we definitely will go there with one of our Silversea ships. We want you to explore it with us because it's a different type of travel when you go with us. We take care of all of the indulgences. It's seamless, it's carefree, it's about choice, and it's all about you. We want you to savor the culinary adventures. We know it's so important when you travel, how you connect food with people. And it's about embracing the extraordinary. What does the extraordinary mean to you? Is it vistas? Is it experiences? Is it people or culture? Or those must-see sites like going to the Grand Prix in Monaco, or some of the big world events that we so beautifully execute and deliver. So saying thank you to coming and joining us tonight. I have a special I'm going to put out there with a $100 shipboard credit that you can use in the spa, or you can put it towards one of the more indulgent shore excursions. We do include it in our all indulgent package. You can pick and choose which shore excursion you would like to do, but I'll also throw in a little bit more. And then I'm going to give you a $500 savings because it's part of our Partner of the Month with Travel Perks. So we're so glad to have her as our partners, very, very wonderful, wonderful partners to us over the years. So we are their partner of the month. So I'm throwing in some extra savings. All of our voyages are open to 28. We're even open to 29. And we look forward to showing you the authentic beauty of the world with Silversea. So I'm going to say thanks, Brittany. With that, I will put myself off of share. And if you have any questions, just please let me know.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Eva. That presentation was amazing.
Oh, you're
I
welcome.
don't think we have any questions. I think you answered any questions before they could be asked. We all got a little penguin happy in the chat. Love seeing those adorable nature pictures. And also no snorkeling in the Kimberley. We got it.
No snorkeling in the Kimberleys. Yeah.
We have all learned. All right. Well, fantastic. Those were all amazing presentations. Last call for questions. Guys, if you have any questions, now is the time. Shout it out in the chat or raise your hand. We're going to be checking. Becca and I are flipping through the pages, looking to see if anybody's got any questions. Before the raffles, just want to make sure that we get that covered. All right, I see nothing. Let me know if that changes in the chat. And also, before our raffle winner is announced, I just want to thank you all for attending and watching those amazing presentations by those amazing women who I'm proud to call my colleagues. So that big old QR code on the screen can be scanned to send us some super optional but very helpful feedback about this virtual cruise night. So please, don't ask for IT assistance in the chat because I probably won't be much help. But on my phone, I just go to the camera app, then I hover and the link just appears like magic. So hopefully it's something similar. Becca has also thrown the link into the chat. So that's a little easier if you don't know what or how to QR. So it'll only take a couple of minutes or less to fill out that feedback survey. So we would love to hear your thoughts. See a question about how do we get the discount? You contact Travel Perks is how you get the discount. That is exclusive to us by the sounds of it. Thank you, Eva. So definitely make sure that you connect with us and let us know you're at the virtual cruise night and you would like to go on those amazing Silversea trips. And then Celebrity and then Royal. Just why not just do it all? All right, it is officially time for the raffle. As mentioned earlier, there's a grand prize of $250 towards one of your next vacations. Before that, though, we have a few bonus prizes to give away. So I'm just going to move the wheel over. Does anybody see my wheel? Great. Here we go. I'm going to click to spin. This is for the first prize winner getting a Royal Caribbean swag bag. That's a tote, 2 water bottles, 2 pairs of sunglasses, luggage tags, plus $100 of onboard credit and Zoom internet on your next Royal Caribbean sailing when you book through Travel Perks. So thank you for that, Janice. Let's click to spin and see who the winner is for that Royal Caribbean swag bag. Oh, just kidding. Oh, well, something happened. Looks like Regiment Agarma, you're the first winner. You're the winner of that Royal Caribbean swag bag. So I'm just going to make a note. Excellent. All right, next up, the Celebrity Prize. I believe that is another swag bag, and I've got it right here. We've got all sorts of goodies in here, all branded. Thank you, Karen, for giving us this wonderful bag full of goodies. Oh, good. Regiment's there. He says, thank you. Give us your email in the chat if you can, just to make sure that we've got the correct one. You know how technology sometimes can be a little bit of a, Well, we've got all your names and all your email addresses, but I'm not exactly sure that we have them linked. So perfect. Thank you for that. The other winners, same thing. If you win, just go ahead and throw your email in the chat. It can't hurt to make sure we know how to communicate with you and get you your prize. So the next winner, this is for that Celebrity swag bag. It is, looks like Jerry Paulison. All right. Congratulations, Jerry, on that prize. I think that we've got 2 sets of prizes from Silversea. They are a tumbler and then one of the fantastic salt notebooks. So you can jot down your experiences in the salt labs or wherever you go. And there's still a wrapper on the straw, so you know that I haven't used the cup yet. So again, 2 prize winners for this one. Let's do the first. Oh, good. And Jerry gave us the email. Thank you. The first of these Silversea winners, it is Beth, not Beth Sherpin, but Beth. So other Beth, if you can please put your email in the chat, that would be fantastic. And then we've got one more winner before that, $250. Let's see. I'm just going to, oh, Marcia, you say you don't see your name, but I see your name. You're over there. You're red. All right, one more. Thank you for the email, Beth. This is the second Silversea prize, and it looks like that's going to Robin. Congratulations, Robin. So go ahead and drop your email in the chat. That will be fantastic. We'll get those things to you. And this last prize, like I said, it is $250 towards your next vacation when booking with Travel Perks. Very excited to give this one away. Let's find out who the winner is together. Oh, well, can't be Robin because Robin just won the Silversea prize, right? I think. Let me make sure that that's how that works. Okay. All right. Robin. We're going to run this one more time. I love your email address, by the way, Robin. All right. And Deanna. Oh, Deanna, not Deanna Lee. By a hair, you are the winner of that grand prize, the $250 towards your next vacation when booking with Travel Perks. So please give us your email address in the chat. We would love to connect with you and get you signed up on one of these fantastic cruises. So that, my friends, is officially it for this event. You again for being here. I really hope that you're able to fill out the survey and give us your feedback. We want to know how it went. We want to do this again and give you more fantastic deals. So any feedback would be fantastic. Thank you to all the folks saying thank you. Thank you for being participatory. Thank you for loving those penguin pictures and just enjoying Karen, Janice, and Eva's presentations as much as I did. I hope to see you all at the next Celebration of Travel cruise night. In the meantime, have a fantastic night and happy travels. Bye, everyone.